Okay, so if let's say if you can hear me, you don't have to reply. But if you cannot hear me, maybe you can reply N. If you don't reply anything, then I will take it as you can hear me very clearly. Okay, so we will start our live broadcast for today. Let's say now. Okay, it's already 12 p.m. Okay, so hi guys. So it's Monday again, the brand new beginning of another week, right? Okay, so I hope you have already get yourself prepared for the chances this week in the stock market. If you haven't yet get prepared, the purpose for today's session is to help you get prepared for the possible chances. So what kind of stocks can show up? So the features shared by the bullish stocks that can show up in future. Yeah, later I will show you the details about that. And firstly, so for Nasdaq, right? So we know that a already broke down a very significant support level. If you check the normal moving average, that's the 60 days moving average. If you check our homely rainbow, which is much more powerful than the normal moving average, already the price broke down the last yellow line. I can show you later, right? Okay, so the third part we will talk about the your individual stocks that you're concerned with. I know that recently the market has been quite tricky to trade. I think you maybe have a lot of shares that you don't know how to deal with. Maybe you don't know whether or not you should buy, or maybe you already bought but currently stuck. You already stuck there. You don't know what to do, right? So if you have such kind of problems and puzzles in the third section, individual stock diagnosis, you can let me know. And I hope that when you tell me the stock, you also can tell me the situation you are in for this stock. Like, for example, you already bought it, what price, right? And if you haven't bought it, then you also let me know you are looking at it and looking to buy it, right? So that I can know how to deal with your situation. Because for different people, for those who are already in and for those who haven't yet bought, the strategies might be different. Okay, the more details you let me know, the better or more let's say wiser suggestions, advices I can give you. Okay, so let's check about the market performance a bit. Just I mentioned about the Nasdaq, right? So Nasdaq, we see the price. Sorry, Nasdaq. Okay, so for Nasdaq, we already see the price for last Friday already broke down. The last yellow line of homely rainbow is here, right? So that is not a very good sign. We see this sign is a negative sign, right? But I also mentioned in my previous videos, according to the Dow theory, indexes of the same market must verify each other, right? So Nasdaq already broke down the rainbow line, the final defense line. How about, for medium term? Let's say for medium term. Then how about Nasdaq, S&P 500 and Dow Jones? Yeah, SPX, right? So for SPX, we see that the close price is just a bit below the last yellow line of homely rainbow, very close, right? And then for Dow Jones is better, is stronger. We see the price is still above the last yellow line of homely rainbow. If there really is going to be bigger corrections for US. I believe all the three indexes, the major three indexes would agree to each other, come to an agreement in the end, because currently a little bit disagreement between them. And if recent 1 or 2 trading days or several days for S&P 500 and for Nasdaq, the price can go back above the last yellow line of Homely Rainbow, then still the price will be more likely fluctuate within the support of the yellow line and the resistance of the Tai Chi, yellow Tai Chi signal, right? So I already mentioned this for several times recently. I believe you're already very familiar, right? The Tai Chi, yellow Tai Chi, the high and low of the candle here, yellow candle here, all acting as very strong resistance. And then currently the price already below the last yellow line. But if in a short time the price can go back, means it will be more likely that US market would remain still volatile within the support here and the resistance here. Okay, but what if it cannot go back in a short time, within several days, cannot go back, confirmed below the yellow line of Homely Rainbow, means US would drop further, and we can see the future target level, the blue lines of Homely Rainbow, standing for medium term to long term trend. Yellow stands for the medium term. This one is longer than the yellow, but it's shorter than the white. We know the white represents the long term trend. Okay, so means the next target support level for Nasdaq, if price really confirm below the last yellow line here recently, then the first blue line is around 10,239, around that level, and the last blue line is around 9,939. Okay, so that's the strong support below. But if the price can go back, then still remain volatile. If it really confirm below the yellow line, then we have very high probability it might drop further. Means what? For those high-tech companies, the superstar high-tech giants, for them, the price would continue dropping further to below support levels, which I believe also would be very low, like Nasdaq. Means your strategy for technology stocks, if you never buy, you didn't buy, you already left, you better stay sidelined. Okay. Sorry, excuse me. Okay, so this is for the general market performance. And then the other thing I think you are concerned with a lot is about Tesla, because tomorrow is Tesla's new battery day. Is Tesla's battery day, right? So we know that for the battery day for Tesla is a great event. Then some people are thinking, if we have some good news after the battery day, can we have some chances for Tesla? Okay, maybe some people are thinking, well, can I buy it for Tesla? Because it seems like Tesla is much more stronger than the rest of the high-tech companies like Apple, Amazon, Facebook, all drop. And if you check, they all drop below the yellow line of Homely Rainbow, which is a bearish signal, right? But Tesla, it seems like still quite strong. So is it safe to chase after Tesla, especially when we have the battery day coming tomorrow, right? And my opinion stay unchanged with Tesla. If you really want to trade Tesla, you check the mini chart. Okay, 30-minute chart for Tesla. If I go to the real-time chart for you to check, currently this chart is 30-minute. Okay, this is the 30-minute chart for Tesla, and we see that this is 18th September, so that should be last Thursday, right? Is it last Thursday? Last Friday, okay, sorry, last Friday. So last Friday, in the 30-minute chart, Tesla gave us a short-term buy point, which is the first red circle, right? But we know that after the first recall, we need to wait for the confirmation to buy. After that, we see the price never really break up the high price of the first red circle candle. That's why until now, the buy point is not yet confirmed. If we really have good news for Tesla after the battery day or on the battery day, so maybe for some super short term, you can try, but you need to follow the indicators strictly. If after you buy and then the circle turn red, turn white again, for super short term trading, you need to leave. If you follow the circle in the 30-minute chart, you realize that for Tesla, it's quite effective. You see, first red circle, first red circle is the buy point. First white circle is the sell point. So I have reminded you about the first white circle here, right? So do you still remember in my previous video, I mentioned this 15th September, the first white circle. Yeah, I mentioned for super short term, Tesla is in correction. So you see, generally speaking, until now, the price is still a bit slightly downward. You can see it's a sideways, volatile, but you can avoid wasting your time here for super short term trading. Okay, so you follow the indicators for super short term trading for Tesla. Okay, so then we come to the second question. So actually, I said, just as I mentioned for the indexes just now, so if the high-tech companies really turn weak in future, if price really drop below the they remain the yellow line of Homely Rainbow, or even if it still remain above the yellow line but volatile sideways there. So if you still stick to the high-tech giants, that may not be a very wise choice, right? So faced with such a situation, our best strategy maybe is to let's say turn to some other stocks than high-tech sector. Yeah, so that's what I want to show you today. So what kind of shares may have opportunity other than the high-tech companies, right? For you, it's the same for US or for Singapore. For Singapore, of course, the healthcare stocks also are now not so stable to trade, and the let's say healthcare are the strongest previously, but now they're also weak. So for Singapore, also, what kind of stock can we pay attention to? So let me show you what kind of stocks have potentiality in future, or what kind of shares can be quite bullish in future. Features of stocks that can soar up in future will be, so firstly, we need to make sure that for medium to long term it's in uptrend. So the purpose is for the consideration of safety. I mean, for some shares, maybe for long term, medium term, it's still downtrend, right? But maybe for 1 day or two, suddenly the price can soar up by 20% or even 30%. It's possible, but that kind of opportunities or chances are quite risky, and it's not easy for you to catch such kind of chances. Sudden big rises in the medium term to long term downtrend. So if it's not that safe to capture this kind of opportunity, why don't we stick to the long term uptrend shares? Long term, medium term uptrend then means you are quite safe. So even if you are wrong this time, but in the end, then you can still quickly let's say unfrozen or unlock your stock, your capital, unlock your capital. If you buy in medium term to long term uptrend, then it's wrong, the price drop. But quickly, in a very short time, you will be able to let's say unlock your capital, your stock capital. Yeah, that's why we stick to the medium term to long term uptrend for safety, for the safety of your capital. It's very important. It's the precondition, okay? And then the second feature is we need continuous and huge amount of money inflow. This is for energy supply, because we know that for technical analysis, based on technical analysis, the only reason why the price can go up is because of money inflow. If money keep flowing continuously and great amount of money flow in continuously, usually the price will soar up, right? So how can we catch the stocks that soar up in future? You stick to this kind of stock with continuous and a huge amount of money inflow. And thirdly, we need a proper entry point. This is for the consideration of time cost. Let's say you have found a very good stock with great potentiality, only that you buy at a high point. Then you buy after that the price drop first for a while, 1 week, 2 weeks, and before a rebound and go back to your cost level, you just let's say manage to unlock your capital. But for those who have bought at a low position, they already at profit, maybe even great profit. So means you have lost the chances when you are waiting for the market to unlock your capital. So this is a waste of time. So we have to consider about the time cost. So if we buy, after we buy for a very short time, the price can go up immediately, then that will be the best to maximize our profit, to save the time, to save wasting time. Okay, yeah, so these are the three features shared by the bullish stocks with great potentiality in future, for stocks who would soar up greatly in future. And then pay attention, the second condition is the key factor. The second condition is the key factor, because if you want to check the trend for medium term to long term, whether or not it's up or down, it's easy. You can either do it by drawing some trend lines, or you can check the moving average for maybe 30 days, 60 days, and then 120 days moving average. Then you know, roughly you know. Maybe the moving average is not as powerful as the homely rainbow, but still roughly you will know. So the first condition is easy to check. And then the third condition for buy and sell. Okay, so if you have some proper method, maybe you also can find it. But then the second condition, so it's very difficult for you to check whether or not the share can have continuous and huge amount of money inflow, right? Okay, so that's why for homely members, you are lucky, because for homely software, we have powerful tools to help you secure the second condition. And for the first and the third condition, we also have our special, much more powerful indicators to help you make sure your success rate higher than the rest normal investors in the market. Because I mentioned for medium term to long term trend, you check the homely rainbow, it will be much more powerful than the moving average. And then you check the short term buy and sell point, you check the red and white circle, it also will be much more powerful than some other methods you have normally used. Okay, so then how do we make sure, what kind of indicator in the homely software can make sure that money can help us judge whether or not the share has continuous and huge amount of money inflow. I guess if you're a Homely member, you already know the answer, right? That is multicolor dragon, MCD. Abbreviation MCD, full name multicolor dragon. So for multicolor dragon, this indicator we check have a red bar, yellow bar, and green bar. The red bar represent the big boys. The yellow represent the hot money or speculators, you can call them. And then green means the retailers, right? And then here is a purple line. The purple line is also very important. The purple line is the moving average for the big boys. So it's the moving average for the big boys. And then some people who are not familiar with multicolor dragon might argue, well, how do you know that the red bar means the big boys, the yellow means the hot money, then the green means the retailers? I can tell you, I can explain it with a metaphor. Let's say if you know that some birds are hidden in a tree. Some birds are hidden hiding in a tree, right? So because the tree has a lot of leaves, they are in the tree. You cannot see them. Then you cannot judge what kind of bird it is that is hiding in the tree, right? But after the bird sings, then you can judge by the singing. So if it's a nightingale, then when it sings, you know automatically this must be a nightingale who that is hiding in the tree. But then if a sings like a crow, then you know this is a crow, right? So for multicolor dragon, it's similar to that. So the red bar here is not really the big boys themselves. The red bar is the traces left by big boys. So by checking the traces left by big boys, we know this is the big boys. And also by checking the traces left by the retailers, and we know this is the retailer. And in the same logic, if we check the traces left by the speculators, we know it's the speculators. So the colors are the traces left by the big boys, the hot money, the speculators, and the retailers. Okay, so that's the theory basis for multicolor dragon. So let me show you some real examples so that you understand what I mean, how to check these three features to judge or to pick a strong stock in future with great potentiality. For example, for Singapore market first, let me because it's the today for Singapore market we are trading, so we check the real-time chart for Singapore. I'm switching back to the daily chart, and then don't forget about Homely Rainbow, right? Homely Rainbow is for checking the trend, very important. Okay, so Homely Rainbow and ray and bicycle, and the second window is the deviation expert. It checks the money flow. I mentioned this one also before, right? Okay, so let me show you an example. For example, you check 5GD. Okay, I'm changing. I need to change market. Change to Singapore. And later we also will talk about some US stocks. Okay, so 5GD. Okay, this is SunPower. Okay, so for SunPower, if we check, of course the general trend is up because the white lines, yellow lines all upward, and currently the price remains above the last yellow line of Homely Rainbow. And if we check multicolor dragon, okay, so multicolor dragon tell us that no retailers, and the big boys is around 50%. And then we check, in the daily chart we have last Friday as the first red circle, right? So that's the first red circle. Today we don't yet have the confirmation. Today the price is still remain below the high price of yesterday. So the buy point here is not yet confirmed, but this one has potentiality. If you can make it right, you check the previous time, well, this rally, right? It's a handsome profit for you. When the price break up the white lines of Homely Rainbow here, and yeah, that's also when the big boys increase significantly to be more than 50%. You can, if you catch this rally here, then that's a handsome profit for short-term trading, right? And then is it possible we have another rally here? Wait and see. Monitor the indicators in the software. Okay, so this is one. We check this one. The key factor to make the judgment that it has potentiality is the multicolor dragon, because multicolor dragon tells us that it doesn't have retailers and it has big boys around 50% and it's quite stable, right? Around 50%. So that's a very good sign, means it has a great potentiality. So this is one stock, and I show you another OV8 Sheng right? So for Sheng, we see currently the price is below the yellow lines of Homely Rainbow, still below, right? So we know if it's below the yellow lines, means for medium term it's weak, and currently the yellow lines acting as very strong resistance. But if recently, today, tomorrow, the price can continue going up and break up the yellow lines of Homely Rainbow, so this will be a confirmed buy point. Because for Sheng you can also check previously, every time you buy low and sell high based on the software, you can make profit. For Singapore, it's already quite good profit, right? Yeah, and because for Sheng we know that everyone has to buy the products, because these products are necessary for daily usage, right? So for food, for some, let's say, paper, tissue, this kind of goods or products we have to use daily. So Sheng the price has been quite stable. It has been influenced less by the market volatilities or the big correction. Even for the big correction back in February, a drop below the white lines but quickly go back above the yellow rainbow line, above the rainbow lines again. So for Sheng you check the history, the price is quite stable. So this can be a very good choice for you. And even if you want to trade for medium term to long term, for medium term, let's say it's a bit high now, right? Maybe you trade for far super long term, not sure, but for at least for medium term trading, if the price go back above the yellow lines, you can either buy low, sell high based on the red and white circle, or maybe you buy and hold until next time the price drop below the yellow lines of rainbow again to consider the sell for medium term trading. Okay, so this is Sheng. And do you remember last Friday I mentioned about this Fraser, BUOU? So for Fraser, we see the first red circle, the following day the price, we see close price higher than the high points. This is a buy point. So today we see the price it drop a bit, right? But it's still around the close price of the first red circle candle, which is a long bullish candle. So as long as the price remain around the close price or above the half level of this long bullish candle here, which we say is a key candle, then it's okay. It's still okay. Okay, so this is how you can catch opportunities. For the previous rally is the same. You see, previous rally, big boys around 50%. First red circle confirmation comes this day, and then you buy and you hold for short term, you sell, follow the first white circle, and then you this time no need to buy because we don't have a confirmation. The following day the price higher a bit but soon go a drop, right? So it sideways there for a while. If you see that's the case, maybe you can leave for short term trading. You can leave first because it's not effective breakthrough of the high price of the first red circle candle. Okay, so now we already seen the buy point for short term. If you are bought, you can just keep monitoring. But if it really drop below the half level, maybe you stop loss first for short term trading. Okay, so this is for the Singapore market. How about the US? So for US market, I have checked some very interesting stocks. CLSK. Okay, so this one is called CleanSpark. Okay, so CleanSpark. First day we check for this one, the big boys above 75% for a while. So it's a super bullish one actually. It's crazy. And then price above the yellow lines. It's a sub new share. We don't yet have the white lines now until now. Yeah, and for short term, first red circle, it's not the confirmation. This day can be the confirmation, and maybe you can buy this day, and then this is last Friday. Yeah, so if you didn't buy last week, this week it's still close to the first red circle, so maybe you still can try. Yeah, it may have potential RT in near future, but what I need to remind you is you need to follow the indicators. If the indicator tell you to a stop loss, it turn to white circle, you need to leave immediately. You see, buy and sell. Okay, buy point confirmed, then in future wait for the sell point. I mentioned about the yellow Tai Chi. You see, we have two yellow Tai Chi previously, so this slightly will be resistance if the price can break up, so it will be quite safe. Okay, so for short term, you see the purple line also turn upward and the big boys increase last Friday, so this is a very good sign here. It might be the beginning of a great rally. You check, you follow the method, this rally how much profit you can make, right? And then for this company, it actually provides energy software and control technology. So it's in the energy sector, belongs to the energy sector, but it's not a traditional energy sector. It provides energy softwares and technology, control technology, right? And we know that winter or autumn is coming and winter will come soon, and usually energy will be greatly needed in the when the weather turns quite cold, right? So means energy sector might be a very good sector in future, at least for a while, right? And because I realized that not only this one, CLSK, it belongs to the energy sector. There is another called Sunrun, Sunrun. Okay, so you check this chart, also controlled by big boys and price in uptrend, and then if you follow the red and white circle, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, you can always make profit, safe and sound, and handsome profit. And recently, buy points. After that, the price is still remain above the high price of the first red circle candle, so means keep holding. And this company, if you check, you can know by the name. Actually, Sunrun, it's a solar energy related company. It designs, engage in the design and development, installation, sales, ownership, and maintenance of residential solar energy system. So residential solar energy system. So I mentioned So when the weather becomes cold, so energy will be in a greater need. Okay, and then there is another called P PLUG, plug power. You see, also energy. And you see, first physical and last Friday is we get a confirmation, and the purple line also turned upward. The big boys around 75. So this you can tell by the name, plug power, right? It provides hydrogen fuel cell turnkey solutions. So it's also related with the energy. And yeah, so I mean, you can, if you realize that energy sector may be stable, much more stable than the high tech, than the technology sector, maybe you can try to pick the strongest individual stocks belonging to this sector. Just now I shared with you these three: CLSK, RUN, and plug, PLUG. They are quite strong because we have multicolor dragon. We can tell it's quite strong. It has a lot of big boys. They all have a lot of big boys, right? And then there's another one called IRASM, IRTC. Okay, so for IRTC also, big boys take full control, more than 75. First physical buy point already confirmed, right? So price now is a bit above the previous yellow rainbow, yellow Tai Chi signal already. Okay, so this chart is also quite a beautiful chart. And then this one, it's related to the healthcare. It's a healthcare company. It provides some ambulatory ECG monitoring products. So healthcare. Okay. So for US, some healthcare stocks also quite bullish recently. If you check, it's not like Singapore, right? Singapore, the healthcare is recently quite weak, right? This one is another. And then I also found some another two stocks belonging to the semiconductor sector, SITM. See, this SITM, this one belongs to the semiconductor sector, and we see last Friday is the first cycle, and then also big boys take control, but this one we need to wait for the confirmation, right? Yeah, so if you pick this kind of stock, you buy low and you buy low, sell high, then this time no profit, but for this time you can have great profit, and then this time maybe you will have another great profit, right? So the software success rate is not 100. Let's say this time you buy and you sell, you don't have profit, but at least you will not lose much. You will never lose big amounts if you trade, you follow the software. Okay, and this one is one belonging to the semiconductor. There's another one I have found, LASR, Light. Okay, so for this one, because previously it has a sideway platform. It has a sideway platform here, and the price now is about to break up. But for this one, the chart, we see the it's much more volatile than the previous ones, right? So this one, the big boys, controlling strength is not that strong. But after sideway area, once price break up the sideway platform, it might give us another big rally. It's possible. Currently, the price, we see multicolor dragon tell us that the purple line turn upward and the big boys increase to 25%. Only that for this one, for short term, it might be a bit tricky because it's already a bit high for short term trading, right? So this is the first cycle. So we already missed the buy points, but if you want to chase after the rally, means you have to take some risks, right? So means you need to set up your stop loss. So stop loss, if you you cannot take too much risk, maybe you take this long bullish candle as your stop loss. If the price is drop below the half of this bullish candle here, then you can stop loss, right? That's if you really want to chase after it, because for short term it's already a bit tricky. Or you also can switch to the mini chart, 30-minute chart or 60-minute chart to find a proper entry point in the mini chart, and then for temporarily you stick to the mini chart to see whether or not this buy point can be quite a safe one. If it's not safe in the mini chart, 30-minute, 60-minute, you have a white circle, you sell immediately so that you can make sure you are quite safe. Okay, so for this one, the disadvantage is it's a bit tricky to trade, but it also may have a great potentiality in future, because this is a long-term sideways platform. Once it break up, then the rally might be quite a powerful one. Okay, and this one also belong to the semiconductor sector. Okay, so I think today I talked too much. So I think we quickly diagnose your individual stocks, because today I talked roughly around 30 minutes. So I have sorry for have taken some of your stock diagnosis time. So if you have stocks you want to check, you can write in the live chat section, or you can WhatsApp me privately if you don't know how to write in the live chat section. Any stock you want to check? I hope you can get your stocks prepared ahead of time. When I say we begin to diagnose, you let me know immediately so that we can avoid wasting your time. I can share more valuable information with you. Okay. I cannot see. Okay, so APPS. See, wow, so much. This friend has so many to check. Okay, I can help you check one, and this is one. AYI entered at $95, right? AIY. Let me check AIY for you. Okay, so AIY. Okay, so iFast, right? So iFast. Okay, so for iFast, previously we have a buy point, that's for sure, but the buy point is not yet really confirmed. For this candle, we can say the close price higher. Okay, so if you have bought, if you already bought, right, so you still can maybe wait and see, because if it's still risky, means higher probability it might go up for short term. We are waiting for the multicolor dragon, the big boys increase, and the purple line turn upward. And maybe we need to check the mini chart, for the real-time chart for this one. First. Yeah, so today is still not that active. The problem is the volume is too low. Yeah, the problem is volume. Yeah, it's too low. It's not that active. If it's not that active, especially for Singapore shares, I don't recommend you to check 30-minute chart, because you cannot do any analysis in the 30-minute chart. Maybe we try a bit the 60-minute chart to see. Yeah, okay, so in the 60-minute chart, let me change this into deviation expert. Okay, so in the 60-minute chart here, for super short term in the minute chart, we last Friday we do have a first red circle, but currently the red circle hasn't yet been confirmed. if today the price can go up and break up the high of the first red-circle candle, means in at least for super short term, the price can go up. We see the money flowing in a bit, right? So that's a good sign. So still can look at this, still can keep holding if you already bought, and your stop loss will be in the daily chart. If it turn to white circle, you need to leave for short-term trading. Okay, so I mentioned maybe the software success rate is not 100%, but it's very high. Even if you didn't make profit this time, but you will not lose much, and sooner or later in future, you always can make great profit. If you catch the opportunity, you follow the method, you stick to it all the time, so sooner or later, you will make profit, and you will make profit frequently. That's what the software can do for you. Okay, so this is for iFast. And then for the other one, Java, right? So for Java, I think it's also not that active. The volume is too small. Okay, so for short term, we see we have the red-circle, but don't forget, medium term, long term is always the most important. We check for medium term. Java now is faced with very strong resistance at the blue and yellow rainbow, right? So that's why we see today the price used to soar up to very high. The high price for today is 62 cents, but currently the price is around 61 cents. Why? Because the blue rainbow line, very strong resistance, price cannot break up, right? So it's not easy for the price to break up. And if you okay, so of course for for short term, we see the price get some support at the white lines of rainbow. Maybe for short term, if you really want to trade Java, you can check the mini chart. But Java, you check the volume. Volume is not that big. It's not that active. So means even if it go up in future, the rally may not be that big one, because not too many people are trading it, right? So money flow is very important. We check multicolor dragon. Okay, so problem, no big boys, and retailers, still we have some retailers. It's not that easy for the price to just break up unless the big boys can increase. Then we have greater potentiality. But now, up until now, we still cannot see such potential. Maybe you can monitor with the software so that you know when for Java the real chances can come. Okay, so some other this is APPS. Okay, so some friends ask about the Hong Kong market chances, right? So because today we're running out of time, maybe after the session we can talk privately. Okay, we can talk privately. AYI. Oh, sorry. AIY. Okay, so for that friend, I diagnosed the wrong stock, right? So maybe we check the APPS, then we check AYI. APPS should be US stock. APPS. Okay, digital turban. Wow, digital turban. It's a super bullish one, but the problem is currently you already missed the buy point. The buy point is the first red-circle is 9th September. Confirmation come 15th September. Okay, 15th September. You need to wait until the price closed to buy. After the market open, actually the price already above the high price of the first red-circle candle. You can buy earlier at a low price to secure the recent profit here. See the purple line turn upward and big boys increase to more than 75%. So this is a very good choice either for short-term trading or for medium-term trading. You check buy low, sell high. So the profit is so easy to get if you pick this candle stock. So we can check. Wow, 100% crazy in just 19 days. So that's why we always pick the stocks with big boys take control. It's above 75% for a very long time. It's super bullish. So, and also the recent rally, even if you buy here until now, your profit is already 27%. That's crazy. But currently, we don't have buy point. If you really want to buy, you monitor in future. If there is another correction like this and another first rate cycle again, you can buy again. Okay. So for this AYI, wow. Okay, so for AYI, firstly we check the rainbow lines. For homely rainbow, it's going flat, right? And the current price is still below the white lines of homely rainbow. So white lines here are acting as very strong resistance. So we need the price to break up the resistance level here. So that's why we see the first rate cycle here for short-term trading, but the buy point never been confirmed, never have been confirmed until now, because the high price for the first rate cycle is $107.89. Until now, the close price never really break up that price level. Okay, so considering its rate cycle, if energy supply can increase in future, the big boys can increase, maybe the price can really break up the resistance level. For short term, it's possible we can have a rally, but if the price unable to break up the resistance, energy supply decrease, it's possible price might drop, and then the circle would turn color to white. Means the buy point here is not it's not a valid buy point, because it's not be confirmed. If it's not be confirmed, then it's not an effective buy point here. It depends. You need to follow. Okay, you need to follow the indicators here to know whether or not it really can give us chance in near future. Okay, so that's for all for today, because I think today I have taken too much of your time, and tomorrow I will try to control the time, and but the purpose, I only want to share with you more details so that you can understand better about the general market performance and understand better what strategies to take for current market situations and what kind of stocks you can pay attention that worth your attention. Okay, so that's why I spent too much time sharing today. And then in the end, if you feel that this really can help you and help your friends, kindly click the subscribe button. Click subscribe, and then also beside the subscribe button, don't forget to turn on the bell. You turn on the bell, then choose the option all, so that in future, whenever I have new uploads, you will be informed immediately. Okay, so that's all for today. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye bye.